Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gachagua TV. Raila Amolo Odinga is now taking over the control of parliament. Raila Amolo Odinga has demanded that he must control parliament, and William Samoei Ruto has given in, and what we'll be seeing starting today is Raila's men controlling all the powerful house committees. These committees includes trade and investment, budget and appropriation committee that was controlled by Nyoro, Nyoro, health committee, and many other committees. This came after William Samoei Ruto met Azimio team and UDA team at State House Nairobi, led by Kimani Ichung'wah and Junet Mohammed. And what happened is that Nyoro was a marked man. From the beginning, Nyoro was a marked man. This is because Nyoro refused to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. He abstained. He never attended parliament. And Gachagua was impeached without Nyoro participating. There is also the issue of Nyoro refusing to defend the government. He has never defended William Samoei Ruto. Since Gachagua was impeached, in fact, since the bill, finance bill, Nyoro has never defended the government. He has never defended William Samoei Ruto in public. William Samoei Ruto has also been encountering a lot of hostility in Mount Kenya. William Samoei Ruto has never come to the mountain since Gachagua was impeached. What we have seen is William Samoei Ruto sending Kindiki, his deputy, and also the cabinet secretaries like Mwangi Kiujure to represent him. So there's a lot of hostility in the mountain. Nyoro had to be impeached for William Samoei Ruto to accommodate Raila Amolo Odinga. Remember Raila Amolo Odinga lost the African Union Commission chairman bid. And he has to be accommodated. Because without accommodating him, I think the consequences would be disastrous to William Samoei Ruto. Then there was also the issue of the value. Nyoro political value to William Samoei Ruto was very minimal, considering that the Mount Kenya had bolted out. And now when you look at Raila men are more valuable to William Samoei Ruto than the people of the mountain. So whether Nyoro remained there or not, it was neither there nor here because he had little value. It also came as a negotiated settlement because Azimio was demanding the majority leader position as ruled by or ordered by the High Court. And William Samoei Ruto had to give them a bait. They had to bait them. And they had to agree. Because they also said Azimio wanted also to impeach Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, for actually making an illegal ruling and not siding with the Supreme Court, the High Court. So it was something that was actually there. So, in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at the reason why William Samoei Ruto had to do this and the consequences of doing this. Now that all the Gachagua sympathizers have been kicked out, akina Nyutu, Muranga Senator, Gathoni wa Mushoba Githunguri, Member of Parliament, everybody akina Gakuya, they have been kicked out of the powerful committees. So what are the consequences? Especially kicking out the second most popular after Babu Owino. By the way, Babu Owino is the most popular politician in Kenya today. He's the most, also in terms of performance, he is the most competent when it comes to delivery of services, followed by Nyoro. What are the consequences of kicking out Nyoro? Number one is that opposition is very, very happy. Hasira mkizi, furaha ya mvuvi. what is happening here is that Ndindi Nyoro will now be a major asset in the opposition. Ndindi Nyoro is now somebody to watch. One of the people that you have to watch in the opposition. Because now, you go home. And by going home, I mean joining the opposition. Because kule kwa Ruto ni mgeni, and I know that Ndindi Nyoro was looked with suspicious eyes, especially by people close to William Samoei Ruto. Number 2 consequence is that Ruto sympathizers who are also in government are also likely to bolt out. They're likely to sympathize with Ndindi Nyoro. And it is not a matter of if they'll leave the government, but when they'll leave the government. William Samoei Ruto will remain very, very vulnerable. Remember, he's already very, very vulnerable, and that's why he's going for Raila Amolo Odinga's people. So by kicking out Ndindi Nyoro, expects sympathizers of Ndindi Nyoro also to leave the government with Ndindi Nyoro. The next person will be Kimani Ichung'wah, the leader of the majority. You know, what is happening here is that, truth be told, Kimani Ichung'wah and Ndindi Nyoro, I think they were not in good terms, looking at what was happening. And when you look at Kimani Ichung'wah will also be kicked out. In the final analysis, this man will also be kicked out. William Samoei Ruto will be left without any person in the mountain. I noted even that position of the KPP member of parliament was also given to Azimio. Another consequence of kicking out Ndindi Nyoro is that his star is going to rise. In fact, his star could not have risen when he was with Ruto. But now, when in the opposition, this man can easily be Stephen Kalonzo's running mate. I think the Gama community is going to use him to bargain for a strong position in the government of either Matiang'i or Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, or whoever will be agreed as the presidential candidate by the opposition. Ndindi Nyoro is likely to be the running mate. So the star is going to rise. The last consequence that I want to discuss here is the combination of the truthful man, Rigathi Gachagua, and Ndindi Nyoro. Truth be told, Gachagua and Ndindi Nyoro are lethal. When they unite, William Samoei Ruto is going to face the real opposition. These guys, they say anything. These two leaders are very eloquent. These two leaders have the people behind them, and you cannot defeat them in an argument. You can't, you won't. So when you hear even the doves singing as a sign of peace, it means good things are coming in the opposition. It means that when you have Ndindi Nyoro and Rigathi Gachagua opposing you, you are finished. Remember how they deconstructed Azimio. Remember how they deconstructed Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's narrative. It is now the time to deconstruct UDA. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think. I don't know where you're watching this video from. Please let me know. Like the video and have a blessed Tuesday. Bye-bye.